A comic book exposes what's wrong with the comic book industry today. Let's talk. Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Who knew a comic book would cause so much controversy, right? But there's a couple of things at play here, guys, but I want to talk about ideas, not about people. I know it's very popular, and this video would probably get a lot more views if I would start ripping on individuals or, talking about who's right and who's wrong. But there's a couple of examples here we can find when it comes to young Ripa and the book he's putting out. Now, full disclosure, I have ordered the book. I ordered the B cover signed. And the reason I ordered it is the same reason I ordered Spawn #1, and I own other comic books. I just ordered the complete Batman set. Is because I believe that it's going to be valuable in the future. From a business perspective, it's the thing that we analyze here, right? But sometimes even the business falls within the political, right? And one of the things that many people fail to see, right, in this inclusive environment is the exclusive things that they do. Let me ask you this and be honest. If young Ripa, knowing his beliefs, whatever they are, I'm not familiar with all of them. Here's the problem in the comic book industry at the moment for artists, right? Let's look at these two humans right here. Let's say that they were both qualified in every way, right? As comic book artists or writers, or whatever the job position is, right? And the only difference is maybe one of them is religious and the other one is not. Let's say young Ripa is religious and the other human being is not, right? What's going to happen at the interview? Who is going to get hired, right? These companies want diversity of color, they want diversity of gender, but they don't want diversity of thought. Now they're in their every right to do so, but what that does, it skews the product they put out, and some of the public is unhappy. And that's the window that young Ripa is walking into here, because it's been left a gap by big corporate comic book companies. It's not a mystery, but even the biggest woke person that wants to defend the comic book industry knows that in no universe is he walking into an interview when the other human being is just as qualified, but it has different gender preferences, he's not getting hired. And that is the problem for the comic book industry. There is no diversity of thought, and that is clearly reflected in the pages of the comic books they're putting out. So in the end, what's the difference for minorities? You're not getting hired. Either way, you're still losing a job to a white person. So what's the difference if they were doing it out of discrimination of color, or if they're doing it out of discrimination of thought? The results in the end for minorities are still the same. They're still losing jobs to whites now because they're not thinking the right way. How many artists are out there in the same position that they know if they reveal who they truly are, they'll never get the job? So where's the diversity? It's fake diversity. When people think different things, stories can only get more interesting. And that's the problem here. It needs to be an open, free market, and this market has been closed to many artists that don't believe, right? That don't believe the same beliefs that are wanted in these companies or are promoted, right? This is America. You have the right to believe whatever you want, and you shouldn't be discriminated, right? Just as it's wrong to discriminate against somebody for their religion, and it's clearly done in the comic book industry. If you're a person of faith, you're not going to get hired. It's just that simple. You have to pretend that you're not of faith, right, and keep that in secret, or you're not going to reach your aspirations of being a successful artist, because that's not what these companies are promoting, not the bigger companies, right? Now, these are private companies, and they have every single right to be as woke as they want to. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that is the market now. They have the absolute right to produce and make the comics that they want, as woke as they want, and as, diverse in their version of diversity as they want. Now, guys, this story's for everybody, right? but these are strong black characters. Let me ask you a question, right? And think about this. Within the context of culture, who can tell a better story of a black family? Would it be young Ripa, or would it be a white transgender person? The answer is clear, right? Now, these books are for everybody, but imagine if you're a young person of color. Who do you think will tell a more relatable story to you? Now, there's flavors for everything. Like I said, there's already woke books out there, right? But there's a segment of the market that has been declining and has been missing. And that's what he hit here. And based on the numbers, I say he had pretty good timing. But $2 million in sales is a lot of money for medium to small publishers. So there will be a lot more opportunities for new writers, or there should be, because if they don't give these opportunities, right? If they don't, artists are going to go their own way. As well they should. Just like artists shouldn't sign with big labels and give up all their rights, artists shouldn't have to be bound to these big comic book houses and sell all their rights and their movie rights and their drawings in perpetuity, right? They really sign one-sided contracts. So when I say that this right here is important, because it is, right? It's a shift in business, regardless of the politics, regardless of, whatever else you think. This is a self-funded project. Now, a lot of people are saying, is this a grift? Well, if he doesn't deliver, right? If he doesn't deliver the comic books, it would be a grift, right? But the people that are calling him a grifter are the same people that are accepting donations. A donation, you don't get anything, right? You're just giving free money away. He's selling a product. That's capitalism. Now, if you want to say that the product isn't any good, or that the artwork, or whatever, if you want to critique the product, that's a whole different thing. But that doesn't make it a scam. That doesn't make it a grift. If people are willingly purchasing these things, whether it's political or not, it's still money in the bank. So let's wrap it up here, guys. What have we learned, right? From a business perspective, it's timing is everything. Plus, you're fulfilling a need. Maybe a tiny need, right? Maybe there's not that big of a market for whatever it is he's trying to do, but it is profitable. And you can do the same, whatever your enterprise is, right? The money's always right, as they say. You may have an enterprise, you may have a dream that you want to do, you may have a business, your YouTube channel. And if you're not getting the views that you want to get, if you're not making the money that you want to get, it's one reason and one reason only. The public isn't happy. That's right. And when you make the public happy and when you give them what they want, they will pay whatever they think it's worth. The reason this is successful is because his audience is willing to pay the money. And whether you like it or not, or I like it, or anybody likes it, this is a shift in the comic book industry. That's why I'm buying this book. This is the beauty of America. You can make your own dreams come true even if the industry doesn't give you the opportunity. This is not the first time it's happened, but it's going to be the first time in a long time that it's happened. Because if you don't agree with Disney's political point of view or Warner Brothers' political point of view, they will not be knocking down your door asking you to work for them. So you have to make your own opportunities if that's your dream. You can do it. It can be done. I may not agree with everything he has to say, but I have to respect the hustle. I respect a capitalist. Somebody that puts his own money and bets on himself deserves all the reward. That's just the way it is in business. A lot of people that are complaining, are they doing the same? Are these guys willing to put up their own money to do something like this? Probably not, because it's easy to talk. But nevertheless, it is a change in business, and people will take notice. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is how many zeros are after that number. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
Because is sure as hell, Marvel Comics or DC Comics is not going to come in his door and knock for him to produce a comic book for them or any other person that doesn't agree with their point of view, whether they're of color or not.